Canelo versus William Scull is happening since Canelo has been ordered to fight William Scull, since William Scull has been a mandatory challenger for 2 years now. Who's actually going to win this fight? Well, before we talk about who's going to win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Canelo fought Jermell Charlo, in which Jermell Charlo did trash throughout the whole entire fight. Canelo took control of the whole entire fight, in which he even dropped Jermell Charlo in round 7.
Gets back and lands a big right hand on Jermell.
And obviously Canelo ended up taking it by decision.
And still, the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
At this, we all know that Canelo just fought Jaime Munguia, in which Jaime Munguia did great in the early rounds until Canelo dropped Jaime Munguia in round 4, then won almost every single round, completely outlanded Jaime Munguia, and obviously Canelo ended up taking it by decision. Now let's take a look at William's latest performances, in which he fought Christian Rios, in which William landed some great shots, took control of the whole entire fight, in which William ended up taking it by decision.
William Scull.
At this, William wanted to fight Sean Hemphill, in which William landed some great combinations, won almost every single round, in which William ended up taking it by decision.
Now, if this fight ends up happening, most true boxing fans will never want to watch a Canelo fight ever again unless it's against David Benavidez, and they will hate Canelo more than they already do, and that is simply because Canelo has been going for easy fights that are somewhat reasonable, but they're not the hardest fights. Like the fight against Triple G made no sense, considering that Triple G was older than Canelo, and was just old in general, as he was 40 years old, and Canelo was 32 years old, and Canelo still couldn't finish Triple G. And that's not it, because that fight against Jermell Charlo also made no sense, since Jermell Charlo never fought at 168. So now that William Scull is a mandatory for Canelo, I hope that Canelo doesn't take this fight, but he actually might be forced to take this fight since it's a mandatory fight. But at the same time, things could happen that might lead to this fight not being needed of happening, which honestly, I'd rather see Canelo fight Edgar Berlanga, which again, I don't like that fight since these fighters aren't a match for Canelo, but I feel like Edgar Berlanga would have a better chance than William Scull since he has a lot more power. So if it isn't obvious already, I easily see Canelo beating William Scull.